I was thinking that it can be really hard to practice Dharma sometimes, and I think part of the reason is that we don't really want to change, and practicing Dharma entails changing, and it's not a matter of with most of the things we do in our life, we learn something, and it's like knowledge, but we never actually have to challenge who we think we are or change our own concepts about the world. We just we have us moving along, and then we kind of add a little more, or we kind of shift directions slightly as we travel through life. But with the Dharma, we're actually trying to turn around and go the opposite direction, which is very difficult. I was thinking that even when I dream, I notice that in my dreams, whatever I think is going to happen is what happens. So if I'm running, if I'm in a nightmare and I'm being chased by someone and I go hide in the bushes and I think, oh, this is a great hiding spot, they'll never see me here, then they run right by. But if I have another dream where the same thing happens and I jump in the bushes and I say, oh, they're going to find me, then they find me. And it's like, So I start looking at that in my dreams. If everything I'm thinking in my dreams continues to keep, what happens, then how much of that is actually what happens in my actual being awake? How much of when I'm awake do I, impute on the situation and then create into reality? I'm sitting here, oh, there's someone coming and I have to tell them something that they don't want to hear. They're going to get upset about it, and and so then when I go and I talk to the person, I have this sort of tone in my voice where it's kind of a little bit defensive already because I know they're going to react. But then they hear that and they react to it because they're hearing the tone in my voice and they think, oh, that person must be judging me or something like this. Whereas you can walk into the same situation, if you don't have those preconceptions about things, then a lot of times none of that ever comes to pass, ever. Not even a flash of it. Not even a moment does the person think, oh, I'm upset about this. They have no thought of that. It's like, well, why would you be upset about that? There's nothing wrong with the situation. And that's because when I walk into the situation, I don't think anything's wrong with the situation. There's something that I need to say to someone about something, and what's wrong with that? We all, that happens to all of us all the time. So how much of, what we believe of reality is what creates reality? How much of that is what's happening? And if that is a significant portion, which it seems to be in accord with the Dharma, considering that, the point of the Dharma is to turn our minds around and go the other direction. And that alone is a benefit to the world because, we're not creating so much garbage everywhere we walk around. We're not, leaving a trail of chaos behind us because we don't expect any of that when we walk into it. We just walk in and we have a calm demeanor and a happy mind, and people around us are happy. And it's quite interesting how much effect we can have. And, that's a difficult thing to do, to really change our minds in that way. But when we think about the effects we have on the world, I think we can be a little more willing to try and be to act differently, to be different. And that willingness is a major aspect. I mean, I found for myself, I get angry sometimes at things. And I know probably other people don't have that happen, but sometimes I get angry about things, and I'll stop and I'll say, I don't really care about this that much. I'm angry about it, but it's really not. The situation doesn't really affect me, and I really don't care that much. Tomorrow I'm going to wake up and it's not really going to matter to me. But for some reason right now I'm angry, and I really believe that somehow I have some right to be angry, or that I should be angry, or and if I just stopped and said, I don't need to do this, then that would be, the reality is at the very moment when I'm angry, I have a choice to not be angry. It's my choice. No one else can choose that for me. So if I choose to not be angry, I'm not going to be angry, and nobody can change that. But making that choice is difficult, but knowing that I can helps me to say, yeah, this does kind of suck, being angry and, walking around kind of upset and scowling at people, so I'm just going to go ahead and quit that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but a lot more often than not, I can get out of a situation by way of that, just by knowing that my own mind affects reality, affects everything around me.